Hey, it's Wolfwise. Alright, Nintendo's back at it. And this time they've unleashed the Switch 2, or whatever they're calling it. Like it's a cash grab with extra steps. Welcome back. Today, we're diving into this greedy little circus they've cooked up because apparently they think we are all made of gold coins. Let's get into it. So, today, it's Sunday, and Nintendo finally dropped the Switch 2 reveal a couple days ago, right on schedule to milk the hype. Everyone's been waiting, hoping for something groundbreaking, and instead, we get a $400 price tag, a screen that's barely bigger, and a promise of new Joy-Cons that will probably break if you sneeze on them. It's like they saw our wallets and said, yeah, we'll take all of that. Greed level: Bowser horning Princess Peach. Here's the rundown. The Switch 2, let's call it the Switch 2 Expensive, is basically the original Switch with a slightly better processor and a battery that lasts maybe an hour longer if you're lucky. Just kidding, it lasts about 2 hours. They're bragging about 4K dock mode, but only if you buy the $80 premium dock separately. Oh, and backwards compatibility? Sure, but half your old games need a $10 optimization patch to not run like it's a slideshow. Nintendo's out here treating us like ATMs with nostalgia buttons. I've gotta hand it to them though. Their marketing is a masterpiece. They've got a trailer with some kid smiling like he's never seen a console before, swinging those new Joy-Cons around while Mario Kart 9 zooms by at a crisp 30 frames per second. Revolutionary, they say. Revolutionary like my grandma discovering email in 2025. It's the same old song with a shinier coat of paint and a bigger bill. This isn't even new. Nintendo has been pulling this for years. Remember the Wii U? They sold us a tablet with a screen so dim you need a flashlight to play it, then acted shocked when it flopped. Or the 3DS, where the 3D gave you a headache unless you held it at a perfect 45-degree angle like you're posing for a geometry test. They've mastered the art of half-baked ideas and charging premium for them. Switch 2's just the latest chapter in the saga of give us your money, peasants. Now let's talk about that $400 price tag. 400 buckaroos for a handheld that's still rocking 720p on the go. Because apparently 1080p is too luxurious for us common folk. Meanwhile, you can grab a PS5 for $500 and play games that don't look like they're running on a toaster. Nintendo's like, nah, you'll pay for it, because Mario's on here. And the worst part? They're right. We're all suckers and they know it. Then there's the Joy-Cons. They're quote unquote upgraded, they say. Now with enhanced drift protection. Enhanced drift protection? So what? They drift after 6 months instead of 3? That's not a feature. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. They're charging $80 a pair, too. Like, are these things made of diamond? I'd rather duct tape my old ones together and call it a day than shell out for that nonsense. Speaking of drift, I've got a graveyard of Joy-Cons in a drawer somewhere. Every time I boot up Smash Bros, my characters just sprint left like he's late for therapy. I've spent more on replacements than I did on the Switch itself. Nintendo's probably got a secret vault where they laugh at us, swimming in drift repair profits like Scrooge McDuck. Switch 2's fix is just them admitting they've been screwing us since 2017. Oh, and the dog situation? Chef's kiss. The base model comes with the same flimsy dock as before, But if you want that 4K output that they keep hyping, you need premium dock. $80 extra. Why is it not included? Because Nintendo saw an opportunity to nickel and dime us, and they took it. Now imagine Sony pulling this. Hey, want ray tracing? Buy the deluxe PS5 stand. People would riot. Nintendo does it, and we just nod and pre-order. Backwards compatibility is the real kicker. They're like, play your old Switch games, except a bunch need that $10 patch to not chug like a lawnmower. Breath of the Wild? Patch. Animal Crossing? Patch. Splatoon? You guessed it. Patch. It's not compatibility, it's a toll booth. They're holding our libraries hostage and calling it a favor. Greedy doesn't even cover it. This is straight up villainy. I've got a soft spot for these games, though. Breath of the Wild carried me through some dark times, running around Hyrule, ignoring my problems. Now, Nintendo's like, cool, pay us again to enjoy it properly. It's like if your mom charged you to reheat leftovers. I'd rather dust off my Wii and play Twilight Princess with a busted sensor bar than deal with this racket. Of course, the Nintendo stands are out in force on Twitter. You don't get it. $400 is fair for the innovation. Innovation where? The slightly less blurry Mario mustache? They're a small company. Small company my ass. They're sitting on billions, printing money with Pokemon cards and overpriced plushies. They could give us a Switch 2 for $200 and still buy a private island by next week. And speaking of paying for the Switch 2, pre-orders we need a prerequisite for. Like, why? Sure, it's to protect scalpers from getting all of them, but like, some people just have a Nintendo Switch laying around and like want to buy another Switch 2. Just let them. But seriously, think about it. They've got the Mario movie raking in cash, Animal Crossing still selling like it's 2020, and don't get me started on the theme parks. They're not hurting. This isn't some indie dev begging for Kickstarter bucks. Nintendo's got more money than I'll see in 10 lifetimes. And they're still out here acting like every Switch 2 sale is keeping the lights on. Give me a break. The launch lineups is a joke too. Mario Kart 9? Great. But it's $70 and it looks like a reskin with fancier cards. A new Zelda? Nope. Just a remastered Link's Awakening. Again, for $60. They're recycling harder than a thrift store. And we are eating it up because it's got the Nintendo polish. I love their games, but this is lazy wrapped in shiny bow. $70 for Mario Kart 9 though? I could buy a used car for that in some states. Back in the day, $50 got you a full game, not a promise of DLC down the road. Nintendo's like, you'll pay for it because nostalgia. And yeah, I probably will, but I'm not happy about it. I'll be drifting around Rainbow Road, grumbling about my empty bank account. This whole Switch 2 fiasco just screams greed. They know we are hooked. Mario, Zelda, Smash, it's crack for gamers. So they jack up the price, skimp on the features, and toss in microtransactions disguised as patches. It's not about innovation, it's about squeezing every dime out of us before the next console. They're playing four-dimensional chess, and we're the pawns handing over our rent money. Half the posts on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube are just memes. Switch 2, now with 10% more screen and 100% more debt. The other half are diehards swearing it's worth it. Me? I'm just tired. I'll probably still buy it because I'm a sucker for Metroid. But I am not pretending it's like a good deal. Nintendo's laughing all the way to the bank, and we're the clowns funding their yacht. So yeah, that's the Switch 2. A masterclass in corporate greed dressed up as consoles. And yeah, hit the like button if you're as annoyed as I am. Subscribe if you're new here. Stick around because I'll probably rant like this again when I cave and buy it. See you next time. Stay safe and maybe hide your wallet from Nintendo.